Okay, here is DATS, Datchat. This finishes at $11 today, and that is down 26.72%. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. Okay, here is BBIG Vinco Ventures. This finishes at $6.81 today. That is up 6.57%. So, yet again, we're talking about this stock. This has been trending for the past month. This squeezed all the way to $12.50 and has pulled back very significantly. But the past couple of days, this has been catching momentum again, being mentioned on stock twits. We've gotten some big green candles here. So very nice run here for BBIG after pulling back. There wasn't any news or anything to justify this price action today, or really the past couple of days. So it just kind of appears like the apes are loading up here, and I guess shorts covering. The market seems to have found the bottom, and it's starting to reverse. So let's jump right in and analyze here. So yeah, right now we have a gap up at $1.60 and $3. So those are both currently bearish indicators, because that means this stock might come back down to fill those gaps. Now the $1.60 gap may never fill. That was a pretty long time ago, and that's very low. So I wouldn't be surprised if that never fills. But the $3 gap might fill. Maybe not, but that is very noteworthy. We have a double gap up. So those would be bearish indicators. And it also appears like we have a cup and handle developing here. Top of the cup could either be 11 or 12.50. And it appears like the bottom is $5. This is catching some very strong support at $5. So yeah, the possible cup and handle here would currently be a bullish indicator, because this stock might come back up to 11 or 12.50 to complete the top there. So right now this is sitting on the support of 680, which it finished at today. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 706, 766, 815, 909, 939, $10, 1106, 1191, and the high of 1249. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 648, $6, 533, 518, 487, 460, 427, $4, 378, 350, 333, 311, 293, 266, 250, 226, and then 196. And there is some support below 196, but I'm not going to discuss that right now. Shouldn't be too relevant. So right now at this current price, 681, the channels to the upside and the downside are very wide, so expect significant price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 533 to the downside, the channels start to narrow, so expect a significant decrease in price action if/when this breaks 533. The RSI is currently at 55, so a little bit above average there, but nothing to be concerned about just yet. And this did 58 million in volume today. Very significant volume, so this pump today was confirmed by the volume. So we're getting a lot of mixed signals here. We're getting a bullish indicator in the possible cup and handle, bearish indicators in the double gap up, and neutral indicators in the RSI and the volume here. So a little bit difficult to tell where this is going in the short term, but if it were my best guess, I would say this is more likely to go to the upside than to the downside. Yesterday I said this might be a dead cat bounce, so I'm not convinced just yet. I said to wait a few more days to get confirmation that this is going to continue to run to the upside. Today we are getting more confirmation of a reversal here. It does appear like 5 was the bottom, and that is some pretty strong support there. So this chart looks slightly bullish to me, I would say. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, 681 is not exactly the greatest entry, but there is still a lot of upside potential here. Like I said, this might come back to 11 or 1250 to fill the top of the cup there. So even at 681, there is a lot of tendies to be made. So I would support going long here. And if this continues to pull back, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. Or if you want to get a really, really good price, you can just set your buy orders for 5 and see if that hits. It may not, but if it does, that'd be an excellent entry at $5. So yeah, I would support going long either at this price, or if this pulls back to $5, I would encourage loading up. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I wouldn't do it. I would not recommend that. It seems like the apes are bringing back the momentum here, pushing this stock up. So this might squeeze again. You really don't want to get caught in that. And at the same time, there's not too much downside potential here. I think the most this can pull back to is 5. So while that is a good ways to the downside, I don't think it's too likely. So I think going short here would be a high risk, medium reward play. A good amount of tendies to be made to the downside, but extremely risky. So I don't even think it's worth it. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. I don't think the risk is worth the reward here. So congratulations to everyone who made money on this one today. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is BBIG Vinco Ventures. Okay, here is PROG Progenity. This finishes at $2.04 today. That is down 8.11%. So we've been talking about this stock a lot in the past week. This has been trending on Stock Twits every single day. The apes really, really like this stock and are trying to squeeze it. So this had a lot of momentum. Then they announced an offering, which caused a sell-off. And the past few days, it's pumping again. This is currently a battleground stock. Very volatile, a lot of price action, a lot of tendies made and lost here. So this stock did have news today, so let's take a look at that. So the news is the company is granted multiple patents by the USPTO, the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. The USPTO has issued 4 patents related to its ingestible technologies for delivery of therapeutics via the gastrointestinal GI tract. So that is pretty good PR, very bullish. They were granted 4 patents. So pretty odd, because you would expect this to make the stock run today, but in fact it sells off 8%. It seems like it gapped up, and the news instantly sold off. So that PR was very short-lived. So be careful, guys. Anyway, let's jump in and analyze this. So first off, we have a gap up at 108, and that would currently be a bearish indicator, because that means the stock might come back down to 108 to fill that gap. It may not, but that is noteworthy. We have to pay attention to that. Gap up at 108, that is bearish. And then we have a possible cup and handle here. Some possible tops would be $4, $5, $7.30, and $9.50. So the important thing there is that all of those possible tops are currently above the stock price. So those would be bullish indicators, because that is telling us this stock might come back up to one of those tops to fill it. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 218 and 196. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 218, 237, 260, 290, 318, 342, 361, 381, $4, 426, 457, 473, $5, 521, 533, 550, 575, 593, 607, 628, 640, 683, 729, 781, 826, 884, 929, and then the high of 948. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 196, 173, 148, 122, 108, $1, 85 cents, 78 cents, and then the low of 66 cents. So right now at this current price, 204, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized, so expect a good amount of price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 643 to the upside, the channels start to open up and get wide, so expect a significant increase in price action if/when this comes back up to 643. The RSI is currently at 66, so not quite overbought and overvalued, but quickly approaching that, so be careful, guys. And this did 160 million in volume today. Very significant volume, so this sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. So not much has changed since yesterday when we went over the stock. Yesterday, I said as of right now, entering long or short at this current price, around $2, is more like a gamble than an investment. So I think the better play would be to avoid it right now and just sit on the sidelines and observe the price action. And once we get more confirmation of where this is going, then you should jump in and make your play. If this runs to the upside, then once we get confirmation, you can short it down. Or if this runs to the downside, once we get confirmation of that, you can load up. Because taking any position right now, long or short, is very risky. So if you guys understand that you're gambling and are okay with that, if you're okay with losing some money here, then I would say sure, go for it. It could pay off pretty big. But I do think the safer, more logical play would be to hold off, observe, and come in a little later. A lot of this depends on the momentum of the apes. If this stays like top 5 on StockTwits, I would expect this to keep running. But if the momentum cools off and this falls down the list and even makes it off the list, I would expect this to pull back. So please pay attention to the momentum on social media, on StockTwits. That is a big factor of how this is going to go. So sorry to everyone who lost money in this one today. Hang in there. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is PROG Progenity. Okay, here is DATS, Datchat. This finishes at $11 today, and that is down 26.72%. So this is a minor meme stock. It hasn't got as much attention as some other meme stocks, but this was trending top 10 on StockTwits today. So we're going to talk about it. And it wasn't trending for good reasons. It was trending because it was going timber. So, as you can see, this is a very new stock. We don't have too much data here to go off of. And there really wasn't too much justification as to why this stock was running so hard, other than Zach Morris pumping it. You know, Zach Morris is on Twitter now, shilling a bunch of stocks, and this was one of them. So he got the apes to jump in and pump it up, and now it's dumping. But not much else to say there, so let's jump right into some analysis here. So we have a possible cup and handle here. It's not the cleanest cup, so it may not even be a cup and handle, but close enough, so we'll consider it. It looks like the top of the cup was 1730, and the bottom is around 710. So just some quick math off the top of my head. If this is in fact a cup and handle, then this should pull back to around $12 to form the handle here. And this actually pulled back to 11, so this could be a complete handle right here. So if this is in fact a complete cup and handle, the next step would be some consolidation, and eventually this should break out again. So if this is in fact a complete cup and handle, this would currently be a bullish indicator. Can't say how long it's going to consolidate for, but usually it consolidates and eventually breaks out. The RSI is currently at 54, so pretty average there. According to the RSI, this is around fair market value, $11. And this did 86 million in volume today. Biggest volume day ever for this stock, so this sell-off was confirmed by the volume. Okay, so two things can happen here. Either the handle starts to consolidate, like I said earlier, and eventually it'll break out, or this handle can get rejected and it can continue selling off to the downside. So in the short term, this chart is looking neutral to bearish. I would say it's either going to stay around $11 or $12 or go lower. I really don't expect this to pump in the short term. Not that much, at least. Just my opinion, not financial advice, guys. So therefore, if you want to go long, I would hold off for right now. Just watch this, see if you can get this at a better price. I would set your buy orders to $8. If you can get in at $8, that would be an excellent entry. And if it doesn't pull back to $8, and if it just consolidates around 11 to 12, then after a few days of consolidation and confirmation, then I could support going long at 11. But as of right now, we don't know if it's going to pull back even more. So I think the best play right now for going long is holding off Either wait for a better price or wait for consolidation, then come in and make a play. I wouldn't FOMO in right here. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, seems like a pretty good play here. Like I said, I really don't think this is going to run above 12 in the short term. So I think the worst that can happen is this consolidates around 12 and you either break even or lose a little money here. I don't think there's too much upside potential, and there is a lot of downside potential here. There's really no hurt in going short here. This would be a low risk, medium reward play. Pretty decent play. Seems worth it to take a shot here, going short. Not a bad play at all. I would support going short here. So, sorry to everyone who lost money in this one today, and good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is DATS, Datchat. Okay, here is ANY, Sphere 3D. This finishes at $8.13 today. That is up 15.65%. Okay, so here's another minor meme stock that hasn't been getting as much attention as some other meme stocks, but this one has been trending the past couple of days. We've covered this one yesterday and a few shows before that, and today this once again was trending on StockTwits, so we'll cover it again today. So this was one of the stocks that Zach Morris was pumping on Twitter, and we did have some news on this, so let's take a look at that. Shares are trading higher after the company announced it entered into an agreement with Griffin Digital Mining for approximately 230 MW of carbon-neutral Bitcoin mining hosting capacity to be managed by Core Scientific as hosting partner. So I'm not exactly sure what that means specifically, but that is good PR. They have formed a partnership with other Bitcoin mining companies here. So I'm not sure how much that had to do with the price action today, but probably had something to do with this. And yeah, this runs up over 15% today. So the apes are very happy today. But nothing else much to say, so let's jump in and analyze this. So yesterday, I said that this looks like a possible cup and handle here. The top of the cup could be $9.50 or $12. And it appears like the bottom is around $5.60. And today, it appears like the momentum is continuing onto the upside, and the cup is still forming here. So that would currently be a bullish indicator, because that means this stock might come back up to $9.50 or $12 to complete the top of this cup here. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 828 and 768. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 828, 946, and then the high of 1198. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 768, 736, 688, 668, 642, 610, 559, 533, 484, 450, 435, 407, and then 385. And there is a bunch of support below 385, but we're not going to discuss that right now. Should not be too relevant. So right now with this current price, 813, the channels to the upside and the downside are very wide, so expect a significant amount of price action either way this goes. However, if/when this comes back down to 385 to the downside, the channels start to narrow, so expect a significant decrease in price action if/when this breaks 385. The RSI is currently at 61, so that is a little above average, but nothing to be too concerned about just yet. And this did 75 million in volume today, very significant volume, so this pump today was confirmed by the volume. Okay, so not much has changed since we covered this yesterday, so I'm going to stick with what I've been saying, and that is we have our cup and handle developing here. It looks like we got some strong momentum. It also kind of looks like a bull flag here, so that's also a bullish indicator. Yeah, the chart looks really bullish right now, so I expect this to continue onto the upside. I think it's going to hit at least $9.50, and maybe even higher. Maybe even $12, the all-time high. A lot of upside potential here, and not too much downside potential. This really shouldn't go lower than $5.60. That appears to be some very strong support there. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, looks like a pretty good play to me. 813 isn't exactly the greatest entry. You missed out on a lot of tendies already, but there still is a good amount of upside potential here. So I would support going long here at 813, and if it pulls back, then you can average down to the supports that I mentioned before. If this goes above 950, I would strongly consider selling. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I wouldn't do that. I don't recommend that. Like I said, the chart looks really bullish right now. Zach Morris is pumping this. The apes are in here. It's a crypto stock. Strong social media sentiment. Cup and handle. So yeah, a lot of upside potential. So there's a good chance you're going to get squeezed out if you go short here. Probably not the best idea. And like I said, I really don't think this is going to pull back too much. So going short here would be a high risk, medium reward play, in my opinion. It's just not really worth it to me. There are way better opportunities in the market to go short, and this is not one of them. I don't think going short here is too smart, so I wouldn't recommend that. So congratulations to everyone who made money in this one today and in the past week. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is ANY Sphere 3D. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video. Please subscribe and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know. Diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.